There's no excuse not to finish top 4 for them.
Who else is he gonna play though? Like,
that's what I'm saying. He really has no choice. I mean, the only option is just for him to play into his form.
Hey, what's up, everyone? This is another episode of Let's Talk Footy podcast. This is your host Samson. Endale.
Nobel.
The great person is here himself. How you been, bro?
I've been good. It's been a minute since I've been here, but it feels good to be back.
Yeah. Have you been watching football while you've been on break?
I spent 2 weeks in Ethiopia, so when I was there, I wasn't watching because the games be at like
You're watching
crazy times.
Football, right?
But ever since I've been back, obviously, I've been keeping up all that good stuff.
Man, let me ask you from that 1 month break, like what game do you think you enjoyed the most, or like what's been exciting you the most in the EPL?
City played Tottenham today, but the first time they played, I was watching it in Ethiopia. We were at a club actually.
Really?
Me and my cousins at like 2:30 in the morning. The game's going on.
Uh-huh.
So everyone's like getting lit in the club, talking to everybody. I'm over there like. I'm stressing and stuff. But then, if you watch that game, Mars had 2 goals, 2 assists, and took over the whole game.
Oh my goodness!
Crazy.
And
He's been balling.
that game was crazy. Yeah.
Man, low-key, we should just get into that game because it just finished right now. So, man, let's get it from another City fan this week. We had Peter last week, but Nobel, man, how do you feel, bro? What's going on with your club, bro?
I feel like I'm not the type to blame anyone for our losses, but goddamn that ref today, bruh, no, definitely we should have played better, and we didn't lose because of the ref, but he definitely was not fair ref. Tottenham they had 1 red, but it was way overdue. They were killing. If I don't know if y'all watched the game, they were killing Grealish every time he touched the ball. He was fouled, hard fouls. Emerson Royal should have got sent off. There was a debatable pen where Lloris tried punching the ball.
No, I don't think that was a pen. Low-key, he went into him. It was a 50-50 interaction.
It's not he ran into him, bro. He came and stopped him from getting to the ball. There's no running into him. So
you think that was a penalty?
I think they should have took a better look at it. They just went over it like it was nothing. I was just come on, bro. Yeah, exactly. The rest should have at least whatever.
They showed one highlight of it happening.
Yeah, and then
VAR is gonna die.
And the ref gave a few goal kicks that were corners towards the end of the game. And it's just, we didn't lose because of the ref, but it didn't help at all. You know what I'm saying?
Low key, I'm not gonna lie. You guys fumbled that one possession in the first half when Spurs scored and stuff like that.
Bro, Rodri just. Dude, if you watch a lot of games, when we play the Big Six, out of all the teams, Spurs always give us the most trouble. And if you watch a lot of games, we make a lot of mistakes that they capitalize off. They're very critical against us. And today was the first time Son always kills us. This is the first time he hasn't scored against us in London when we played them. Yeah. They always give us the most trouble of anyone in the Big Six.
He had a really good game.
I remember.
He had a great game.
He had that huge ass run.
He almost scored, but defender hit him. Yeah. Man, bro, let me ask you too, man. This weekend was kind of surprising. We saw Everton upset Arsenal, man.
We saw
and bro, let me mention this. We talked about Liverpool last weekend, bro. They got smoked by Wolves, bro. 3-0, bro.
This downfall
3-0. This is so crazy.
It's insane.
I was watching. So I was watching Crystal Palace and United, right? And then I wasn't watching the game, but I see that 2-0. I'm like, bro, I gotta find a way to watch this match, right? And I'm looking for stuff like that. I wasn't able to, unfortunately. I don't think I could find. I don't think it was on any of the platforms to watch the game, right? But
it was on Peacock.
It was on Peacock? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But to be honest, bro, after watching the highlights and whatnot, I don't know, man. It's sad, bro.
And I want to ask, we talked about it last time with Peter. Nobel, how do you feel about Klopp's position right now with Liverpool's situation?
Bro, the thing is, a lot of people are saying it's time for him to go. But it's how can you say that? He's been to 2 Champions League final. He's won a Champions League. He's won a Premier League. He's been a runner-up to City, which is a lot of the times he's been runner-ups. If you look at the points, they win most of the other. They finished with in 2019 97 points in second place. Dog, that just doesn't happen. So it's hard to say that, but and then a lot of people are like, dude, it's been such a rough year. Maybe it's just time for excuse me, like, you know, new, like just a fresh set of legs. Also, if you look at Klopp's career, he has like the 7th year curse. He had at Dortmund, and then I forgot what other club he was at before that, but they also had that. But I don't even think it's the system. I mean, like, bro, they're creating chances. Just, you know, Nunes can't finish them. They don't have their striker anymore.
I feel like the
They
problem
miss Mane.
And
They miss.
Gakpo's not like even like crazy.
I feel like the problem is they don't have a plan B. When their traditional tactic doesn't work, there's no reaction.
There's no reaction to it. They
There's
just continue playing like that.
And the team has lost a lot of depth that they used to have.
Of course,
They used to have, like, you know, if they'd be losing, they could bring Firmino in the game. They could bring Jota in the game. They could bring Origi in the game. You know, now it's just like, you look at their 11 and you look at their bench, it's just like, dog, where did everyone go?
I mean, yeah, they struggle with injuries, but they still have, I mean, Salah's still there, you know.
Not just injuries, but a lot of players have walked out the team. So I don't know if there's something inside that, you know, the outside people like us don't know about. But a lot of people are leaving for certain reasons, and it's showing. You know, the team is in, what, 10th place? 9th place?
They went
Just
below
overall,
Chelsea.
this should be better.
There's no excuse not to finish top 4 for them. Like, with the team they had heading into the season. You know, you have Salah, you have Van Dijk, you have Jota, you have all these players.
Do you blame Salah for some of this, like, for their downfall?
I don't blame it entirely. I mean, Salah is obviously part of it. Just the players are part of the problem.
It's the whole team. It's the whole team. It's not no.
So they need to do better. They don't have the standards. So.
If you watch the game, like, Salah doesn't look like Salah. Trent doesn't look like Trent. Robertson doesn't look like Robert. Like, they just don't look like themselves anymore.
Do you see like any hope in these guys, like even like making a push for like that top 5 position? Because we do have like some time left in the Prem. Where like you think they're gonna like stay where they?
I mean, bro, it's hard to say Liverpool won't like be Liverpool because like, you know, how great they've been the last couple of years. But I mean, like, the form they're on right now, you know, Newcastle's 3rd place right now. Tottenham's just moved up to 5th. United is on fire. Rashford is killing it. Chelsea just bought the whole entire Europe. So, you know, it's hard. I don't think they'll finish top 4. Maybe they'll grab a Europa League spot, Europa Conference or something. They probably will.
Europa, you have to be what, top 7, top 6?
Europa, so 5th goes through, 6th has to qualify, and 7th is in the conference, if I'm not mistaken.
I feel like that would be probably their season. Top
But it's like, bro, if you're Liverpool, like, what the hell are you doing playing in a Europa Conference League
bro.
tournament?
It's no, but you've been seeing a lot of downfall of like not even like consistency of clubs. But look, the Europa League first round match is gonna be Manchester United versus Barcelona. I can't believe
say it, bro. That's crazy.
Like I feel like the Europa League, what's it called? First leg is like more.
Europa League is lit this season.
And it's crazy to see, but like to be honest, so I did a poll on like IG, right? And I was like, because Chelsea's been struggling too. I'm a fan. I've been seeing it, but like, who do you think who will finish above, right? Who will finish like above each other? And it was like Liverpool or Chelsea. And low key, a lot of people had Chelsea.
Yeah.
You guys agree with that?
They bought a lot of players. At least they have something you can like look at and be like, okay, they got something going for them. Like Liverpool has absolutely like nothing going for them.
I don't even know why we like jazzed up Cody Gakpo. Like, you know what I mean?
I mean, he's a good player.
He had a great World Cup. That's what it was, and it was like recency bias. I mean, if you look, they bought him for a little around 40 million. Like, I mean, it's crazy today to say 40 million is nothing, but at the same time, it's like you can't bring. You know, you're not expecting like world class from him. That's just he's young and all that. It'll take time. He just started playing. They missed Diaz a lot, Luis Diaz.
Yeah.
I think when he comes back, the team will find something at least to look forward to. Same with Van Dijk.
How do you feel about like Nunes? Do you think he deserves like? Do you feel like he deserves like his spot like in Liverpool? Or do you feel like we should like not like Klopp should like kind of like humble him a little bit, but he needs to understand like he has to do
Who
a
else
job.
is he gonna play though? Like,
That's what I'm saying. He really has no choice. I mean, the only option is just for him to play into his form at this point.
Exactly, and he's getting his chances. I mean, once he starts putting a few in the back of the net, then we start saying, okay, look, the money paid off. It's just
a matter of getting confidence back.
Yeah, he's getting
like
chances.
Once he sees the ball going back in the net.
Exactly.
It's going like refire his engine.
Probably gonna be good,
Yeah, but let's. I wanted to get into Chelsea's recent transfer news, man. Like Nobel actually wrote a piece, right? He wrote a piece on it. What ended up happening, bro? So I looked at the link and I went away.
Oh yeah.
I changed the link name. I didn't like it. It was like Nobel showy the blog. I didn't like that.
It's like I watched the news.
I didn't go post the news link, but
link in the bio. We link in the bio.
Yeah. Dude, it's literally a class assignment to post a weekly blog, and I was like, why not?
Chelsea.
Why not write something real about it?
Was it just like the sports in general? Or?
Yeah, it's a sports communication class.
Oh, okay.
So we have to write a weekly sports blog, and I was like, why not promote it? You know. Just,
how do you guys feel about Chelsea's multiple moves this
credit card FC?
Bro. They treated January like it was summer, bro. Like
They had a limited budget, just throwing cash. That's what the owner was doing.
Look at Americans, bro. Money, man.
Man. But
I don't know how
obviously
they're
the
gonna.
players they had. I mean, the players they signed.
Dude, like I was doing research for the article that I wrote, and they were saying like how even if they don't make Champions League this year, they're confident they'll be able to stay within the budget and all this stuff. I'm like, bro, you spent $660 million since the summer.
I didn't even know that.
You bought 300.
So I heard this article. I was like, whoa.
In January, they spent $323 million, more than the other top 4 leagues combined. Like that is sick, bruh.
And it's like I don't.
They brought in 8 new players in January. Like that's January is meant for. You have injured players. You had a few missing
Get a
pieces.
couple
You
loans or something like
yeah,
that.
you get a couple loans. You bring in just to finish the puzzle off.
Yeah,
maybe
I like
bring
to
in a
restart
player
the
for
Season with a new team, bro. It's insane.
It is. I mean, but if you look at the lineup, I mean, Chelsea really needed a new team.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm sure this summer they're gonna sell a lot of players. They're probably gonna sell dudes like Pulisic. They'll probably sell Conte. They're gonna sell players to try and get that money back. Probably sell Mendy or Kepa, one of those two as well.
Okay, I feel like we should keep Kepa. I like him for the long run. I think he's a better keeper,
But you guys did play
I don't know,
recently.
Mendy was one of
Those
the best
new
keepers in the world a few years ago.
yeah, but I don't know. Like for me, so when like either one plays, in my opinion, like I feel like Kepa has better performances on most of the time. But for me, like to be honest, when I see like Chelsea and like the direction that they're going in, I kind of don't have I don't have hope. Right, and it's not. No offense to Chelsea, it's like more like
anything to look forward to after you just bought the whole market.
I understand, but okay, for me, I look at any sport, right, especially football too. This is gonna take time to gel and whatnot, right? And we're also in the middle of this season, right? I had Chelsea being top 5 just because of all the moves that we made before we even copped Enzo Fernandez, right? After that purchase as well, I was like, we can make, if we use the dynamics correctly, we could make a run, maybe a top 5 position. But then we just play Fulham and we drawed with them, what I mean? It's like I give the club hope and they keep disappointing me and whatnot. So I'm really gonna keep a humble mentality when I talk about Chelsea. And
it's gonna take time though. You can't expect them to. Yeah, it's disappointing to draw and they shouldn't draw, but it's just gonna take time. You can't dude, they had 5 new players out on that field that day.
Yeah.
They're still learning the system. And I'm sure he's still figuring out how he wants to play Graham Potter with this. But I saw a tweet, and this tweet isn't as accurate now. I saw it early December, maybe. Maybe it was maybe a week or 2 actually after the World Cup. But it was Chelsea, of 40% of Chelsea's points came from Tuchel. And he was fired after 8 games, 7 games. That's crazy.
Yeah. No, to be honest, I think maybe the amount of changes that we made in the club is kind of why we're having the trouble shifting and getting adjusted and whatnot.
It's gonna take time, Everyone's getting.
It's only been 1 game, so.
Yeah. I wouldn't be stressing.
What do you feel about?
They are 10th place, but they're 10 points behind United in 4th place. And I'm not saying they're gonna take that 4th place spot over Newcastle. But I'm just saying the gap isn't really as dramatic as we may have thought.
United is 4th right now or 3rd?
United is 3rd. Newcastle's 4th.
Okay.
But I think, if I'm not mistaken, they might be equal points or very similar points. But previous years it would be 1st and 2nd place, City, Liverpool, 2-3 points away from each other. Then a dramatic gap to 3rd, that'd be 10 points. And then after 5, 6, 7, it's another dramatic gap. We don't have that gap this year. Arsenal is 1st with, I want to say 48.
Yeah, 48 points.
United is 3rd with 39, which that's a little bit of a gap.
9 points, but that's
But then Chelsea is 10th with 10 points behind them. So, the gap isn't as crazy as we think it is.
Do you think, let me ask you a question as a City fan. Do you think United could leap over you guys in the table?
Hell no.
What do you think of that? What do you think? This is all about
hell no.
We didn't count on it?
They're doing good. They're solidified top 4, but I don't think. I feel like City is either 1 or 2.
Yeah.
What do you say? For me, when I look at United and when I was watching the Crystal Palace game, I feel I don't know. Watching the game, they're a great club and whatnot, but I definitely feel there's some they definitely have some things they have to fix.
Yeah. But I mean, dude, for the season they've been having the last couple of years, they have hope now, and Rashford's on fire. We'll see how long he can keep this up. But this team goes as far as Casemiro goes, because when he's on that pitch, they're another team.
They're different.
And you saw it, he got a red card. They
Again.
conceded 10 minutes later.
He's got 2 cards in less than a month.
Yeah, the other one was too many yellows, 5 yellows.
Yeah,
5 yellows. Yeah. So you think Casemiro's addition to the club was one of the best?
That might be the biggest transfer, like behind Haaland. That's the biggest transfer in England. Like that has changed the team. You go from Fred and McTominay to Casemiro, but Fred has been finding form recently. Because he has Casemiro there.
You think
it's a lot of. It's the same thing with Pogba. We see when you watch him with United, you'd be like, "What the hell is this guy doing?" He goes plays with France, and he has Conte.
Yeah, Conte makes other people. Right?
Yeah, it takes a weight off of him.
I could agree with that because a lot of times during when he was on United and whatnot,
he would hit what McTominay, France.
Dude.
So do you feel like Pogba was do you think he was overhyped or not?
Who?
Pogba.
Right now?
No, I'm just saying like in general.
Is it United? I mean, yeah, because, dude, people be like, on his day, he's top 5. I'm just like, bruh. I hate when people say that on his day stuff. Like, they be comparing him to De Bruyne and stuff. They be like, on his day, he's on KDB level. Like, bruh, shut up. Like, I mean, I'll say this. He's one of, like, the best talents we've seen as a midfield, but he's just not, like, game in, game out gonna do.
He's not a consistent footballer.
Yeah, that's exactly.
And especially in the Premier League, you need to be a consistent guy. You know what I mean? To be able to
38 games.
To withstand. But like, going into like Champions League now, there's a lot of big things happening. PSG, Mbappe just got injured. For I think 2 to 3 weeks.
Yes, he will miss the first leg.
He's gonna miss the first leg, but so will Mane.
Yeah, that's what he was just. Yeah, he was just telling me that. So, man, like, let me ask you guys. First of all, for that match, we are gonna talk about it more when it happens. I think next week, right?
Paris.
PSG, no question.
No question.
Oh man, I mean, I'm gonna back my team. I'm gonna back my team. Mbappe, losing out Mbappe is actually beneficial for us, but
on FanDuel, there's a plus 155 odds that PSG win that game. So everyone go make your money.
Make your bets right now.
Real also have a plus 210 bet against
give me sponsorship
Liverpool.
too while you're at it, bro.
no, that's not hitting.
No.
But I'm a back Bayern. I think Mbappe. He's the main striking force of the team. I'm obviously scared of Neymar, bro, because we've had that history. Whenever we play Neymar, bro.
Yeah.
Whether Barca, PSG, that guy's scary, bro.
Yeah, no cap.
I get scared. But I feel like our team is clicking right now. We just won our game today, and with a lot of new players, I feel like it'll be a tough matchup. But I could back my team to win.
Who's been playing really well for Bayern? Like since
obviously Musiala has been doing amazing. He just scored an amazing goal today.
Leroy Sané.
Yeah,
Leroy Sané. Yeah.
I mean, a lot of our attackers are doing well. The addition with Cancelo, we forgot to ask you about that. Cancelo, man, I'm loving him right now, bro. He just got another assist today, 2 games to assist. I want to ask you about that.
I mean, I'm upset that dude, I used to watch him and just be like, wow, what a talent, There was the game against Dortmund, right? We were losing 1-0, we equalized 1-1, and the second goal to win the game, it was a crazy finish from Haaland. Like, dude, he was like upside down and Cancelo crosses it with the outside of his boot and puts it only in a place where Haaland can get it. And it's just but he's such a talent, genuinely a shock. He has Trent's attacking, but then he's actually good at defense. He's not world class or anything at defense. He's not no Reece James, but he can defend. He's such a talent. But the beef was when they got back from the World Cup. Guardiola wasn't playing him a lot, and he was starting to fade away from him even before the cup. And then he was caught when we played Wolves. He was sleeping on the bench.
No,
I swear, you can look this up. Yeah, I saw it. He was asleep on the bench, and then he was left out of the 11 against Arsenal, and he was furious. He was in Guardiola's office the next day. I saw an article on this, and he was I'm one of the best talents. You gotta play me this assist. Yeah. He's I'll leave this club, and Guardiola was leave. No one's above the club. And look, I don't agree with Guardiola for not playing him. But no one is above the club. So when he acts like that, yeah, I do. No one's above the club. That is ground rules.
Especially because Rico Lewis coming into the team.
He's balling.
You can't hate, bro. You wanted that spot, you got to perform better.
Do you feel like right now for Man City, do you feel like there's something that you guys could change that That if you were Pep Guardiola, that you would do in that situation?
Or like my Pep or something?
Yeah.
If you were Pep, what would you do?
I mean, here's the thing. The team, dude, they went to this back four of Rico Lewis, Ake, Akanji, and Kyle Walker. The all-black back four. And it's funny because a lot of people used to say Guardiola
There's like black players,
players or something. But dude, like to me, like you know, the duo was Stones and Diaz. Like that was like when Diaz first came. Like it was like you put those two there, game over. You know, we'll go score our 3 goals. No one's coming to the back of our field. And I don't know why we got away from that. Now Kanji and Ake are balling.
Yeah,
I don't know. I like that Diaz Stones connection, especially because they have that chemistry from playing with each other. And then you would have Kyle Walker on the right, Cancelo on the left. But we've gotten away from that. But I'd like to see both of them back in. It's a bit upsetting that they're not in, but that's what I would change.
I think from what I've been seeing from City as well, and we were talking about this last pod, their like main focus I feel like is definitely like Europe at the moment. Like even though the English Premier League is very important to them, they've won it enough times for them to not have as much motivation to win it.
Yeah.
So I think I want to see how you guys do in the Champions League and kind of like go from there and see like how City's really performing. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Shout out God. Good Leipzig. But you know it's funny because when Arsenal was winning the league at first, I was just like, first I was saying like it's a fluke.
Yeah, everyone was saying that.
And then when I realized it wasn't a fluke, I was like, oh, we won it 4 in the last 5 years. Like, you know, I'm focused on Champions League. I don't really care. But now I'm like, you know, after they lost yesterday and then we lost our chance to close the gap, now I'm getting pissed. Like, I want that Premier League still. I don't know. Like, still, like, as much as I want to win Champions League, like, you know, also go win the Prem. Like, what are we doing?
But we, like, okay, I was telling this, like, to them last pod. I really never seen, like, when was the last time have you seen an English Premier League team win the Champions League at the
Liverpool.
same time? How long ago? That was a long time. That was, like, Gerrard's time?
2019.
My fault.
What was your question?
No, who's won the Champions League and the Premier League?
Oh, 99 United.
That's what I'm saying. That's almost like 20 years. That's like 20 plus years ago. No, I remember that was like 2
No, I never saw.
Did they win it in 09 when they won the Champions League? They won the Champions League in 09. Did they win the Prem that year too?
I do not think. Hold up.
They might.
So I was looking at this stat, right?
I think they might have. That was one of the years Ronaldo.
I think they did.
United.
Because Ronaldo won what, 2 or 3 Prems, and he was
2000. You said 2009.
2009. Yeah, 08, 09.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. It says that was basically 10 years ago.
Both. Yeah.
But from what I've seen, like from nowadays, like I'm not really seeing a lot of teams like win the Champions League and win the Premier League. Forget like other clubs, but the Premier League.
That's because English teams don't win the Champions League.
Why do you think that is?
They just.
You think their style doesn't?
They say English is the Prem is the best league. It's not. It's got the most good teams, but there's never the top dogs are always Real. City is one of them, but they're a new top dog. The top dog, like Barca year in year out, Real year in year out, Bayern year in year out, PSG. Like other than City, like no one else can really compete with those teams. You know what I'm saying?
On a yearly basis, yeah, for sure.
And there was a good like 3-4 years where like the top dogs in the Prem could just not bump with the Champions League. Like once Ferguson retired and City was still on their come up to becoming like this like superpower that they are.
You weren't seeing them in the
the Prem was not really exactly that. Like dude, there was 1 year if I'm not mistaken, semifinal had 3 La Liga teams: Atletico, Barca, and
Real Madrid.
Yeah, and it's just like you're not. English doesn't have that. There's just a lot of talk, and an English team has never beaten a Spanish team in a European final.
That's a fact.
You can look that up.
Oh yeah, because Barca did play United 2008. I believe.
There's so many games you can look at it. Look it up.
Sevilla beat Chelsea.
Arsenal.
Sevilla beat Chelsea. Sevilla beat United 2 years ago in the Europa League. Yeah. Real, Liverpool. Twice.
Yeah, twice. But the thing is, do you feel like their style of play correlates like to the international level, right? Like the English Premier League, right? All their style of play correlates to how like the England national team plays and why they're not succeeding. Do you feel that's the same thing, or do you feel like that has a connection towards it, or is it kind of like more of the way that the league is being played?
I think a big thing is we don't see a lot of South American players in the Prem.
I know.
Typically, South American players don't really go to the Prem. They go to like the other top 4 leagues, and they play. When you play in the Prem, it's very like you're gonna play this way. Team pass, like not tiki taka, but like you're gonna create for each other. Like a lot of South American players, they play so very freely. Neymar, Messi, the list goes on. R9, like even like you don't even have to go that far back, but they play so freely, and it's just like that's where the difference is. You don't have that player that just goes around, does what they want to do in the Prem. Those players don't really exist. You don't see.
It's more like a team. It's more like team football.
Yeah, they make it so like script.
Textbook.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Like it's like we're gonna play this style. We're gonna stick to this, and it's like.
So you think that style works over team football? Longevity.
No, I don't.
I feel like
because I don't think it does. That's what I'm
playing. Like like you see teams that just play. Like
it's play.
Like if you look at the best dribblers, they're all South American. Like for the most part.
That is true. I feel like that's their style of football though.
Exactly, because they play so freely. You don't see that in Europe, especially in Western Europe.
Yeah. But look, in the international level, you're seeing European clubs do better than not doing better than South Americans, but usually it's those two. But if you look at the last 5 World Cup winners, European.
I mean,
they're not. Argentina is the first team, like first South American team to win a World Cup since Brazil in 2002.
That's true.
Yeah,
what I mean?
So like, but like. That's because they have dynasties. And dude, if you look at the teams, like the 2018 France team is insanely deep. 2014 German team is one of the best teams we've ever seen. Dude, and then the 2010 Spain team, that was just like
legends full of legends.
peak La Liga combined. Like, that's what it was.
This is all super teams.
Exactly.
So I think I see your point with things. I think maybe on the like international level, because a lot of the European clubs that winning internationally, they're not England. They're mostly like France, Germany, Spain, whatnot. And these players are not. I want to say most of them are playing in the Premier League.
In addition to what you said though about the World Cup, a lot of European teams are winning it. But if you're looking at the best players on those teams, none of them are playing in England. If you look at 2018 and that France team, how many of them play in England? Conte and Pogba.
Yeah, I was
off the top of my head. 2014 France, I don't think any of those. Yeah, Lloris. I don't think any of the German players played in England.
Nah, they're all Bundesliga players.
They're all Bayern players, to be honest. 2010, it was La Liga, like that Spain team. 2006, the whole Italian team, the one.
Yeah, that's Serie A. You know what's crazy? I was watching
French teams. Zidane, he's never stepped foot. The best players in the world don't play in England. Yeah, that's the only one. The best players in the world typically do not play in England.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, yeah. Because I'm thinking about it now. I was trying to find like a Premier League player that like played at top class in the international level, but can't seem to find it.
I mean, look at the England national team. Come up short every single year.
You think that translates to the play in the Premier League?
No, my point is that like English players always play in the Prem.
Right.
Like very few. The only English player outside of the Prem I could think of was Kieran Trippier, but he came back to the Prem. Like English players stay in England. And all the other countries, they all play.
But no, I don't agree. England. Look at Germany. Most of their team is playing in Bundesliga.
I mean, that's because Bayern's that's Bayern. Like Bayern is a dynasty for years. There's never been a year where Bayern is bad.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like
you grow up just idolizing Bayern. Like it's just like, oh my god, Like you grow up idolizing United, Arsenal. Like there's so many egos in that team too.
Yeah.
Like there's so many rivalries that you're throwing together, and you can say the same about Spain. There's rivalries ever.
I feel like some Spain, like a lot of Spanish, like more Spanish players compared to German players are playing outside of their country. To be honest.
Yeah, I'm saying in England, you only see it in England how they stay in England.
Yeah.
Like I think German players, a lot of them play in Germany, but then a lot of will play in La Liga. You'll see that a lot.
Yeah, true.
That's just not the.
You know what's crazy? I saw this one thing, right? It was basically saying like Serie A used to be the top league in the world.
Yeah.
Until like I think the early 2000s, and like broadcasting and like TV started like becoming a big thing in football, right? Like it was going outside of Europe, right? And I think the English Premier League capitalized on that, which is why they were able to be broadcast.
There's a lot more talent in that time too. You had Zidane, Ronaldo, that big AC Milan dynasty, all that stuff down in Europe. Because that was
like in like 06 and all that. Like
I was peaking.
They were.
And then they just started to fall off. 2010. They didn't make it out their group. 2014, they didn't make it out their group. And then 18 and 22, they didn't even qualify for the World Cup.
That's actually a downfall of a dynasty, low-key. Because I was thinking, because I remember when I was watching the first World Cup match, and I was like, I remember like a long time ago that Italy didn't make it, but I was like looking like Italy's not in the World Cup, stuff like that. I'm like, wow, like to me, I even like at one point I would have Italy higher than Germany, like all time internationally, but
all time.
Yeah, all time. Not right now. Yeah,
dude,
Italy squad.
I want to find this picture. Oh, here it is.
What?
Okay, this 05 AC Milan team. This is the starting lineup in a Champions League game. In keeper, they had Dida, right? The back four was Cafu, Yapstam, Nesta, and Maldini. In the midfield, they had Pirlo, Gattuso, Zidorf, and then attacking midfielder, they had Kaká, and the two up front was Crespo and
Shevchenko.
Yes, like
that's the year that Kaká won the Ballon d'Or too.
Dude,
right?
they have two Ballon d'Or winners in there.
Maldini
and then Kaká. Maldini won.
Yeah, Maldini won. Has he won?
Cannavaro won.
He's the only defender, right, to win it.
Yeah, Maldini.
Nah, Beckenbauer has 3.
Oh yeah.
Beckenbauer's like
2.
Yeah.
No, Cannavaro also has one. Maldini doesn't.
Maldini doesn't. Okay.
Yeah.
He's been runner up though. But like, dude, that's 2 Ballon d'Or winners in that team, and then on top of that, you have like one of the greatest midfielders of all time. You have one of the greatest fullbacks of all time. Like, dude, it's just like
they had insane team.
The talent in that team was just unreal.
No, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I feel like nowadays you don't really see like OD teams. Like PSG is probably the most like overpowered.
I was talking to my dad about that. You don't see dynasties that you used to in football. I think a big thing is a lot of times like players just like to like jump from team to team.
Yeah.
And there were a few players back then that used to. Like R9 was a very big one that just
he went to Inter, Real Madrid.
He played Barca and Real. That's pretty
Madrid.
crazy. Like, you know, there's a few players that have like bounced around like that. But like nowadays it's just like, I'm tired of this team. I'm out. I don't like what's going on in this team. I'm out. Like, you know,
I thought Messi would be the only player to do that, like finish his career with Barca. But you know, obviously
he wanted to.
That is
that was beyond his issues, kind of thing. Yeah, but I think genuinely he would have kept playing with Barcelona. Yeah.
He said he wanted to play for free.
Yeah,
really?
He literally said if I could play for free, I would have.
Wait, hold up. Maybe I'm not sure.
Bro, Messi, he's been there for a while, but he got money.
Yeah.
Bro. He got money.
They signed him when he was 12. And I want people to know, a lot of people are like, only CR7 fans are saying this. No one else about soccer is saying this, but they say, oh yeah, if I was Ronaldo, I would have taken all that money, 225 million. That man is a billionaire.
Bro,
he took that contract because no other top 5 team in Europe wanted him. He took that because no other team wanted. It's fact.
You don't need that money, bro.
It's fact. He's a billionaire. He's the only athlete to be a billionaire. I mean, he was the first athlete to be a billionaire while being an active player.
I thought LeBron James was no.
He was after him.
He was after him.
The other two, Jordan became a billionaire off his shoes and all of that shit. Mayweather became a billionaire after his boxing career. Like, he's the only one that the first one to become a billionaire while he was active. He does not need that.
Would you have liked him to be in the US, or do you like? I feel like people.
Hell no.
Really?
You don't want to compete, bro. Cause like, bro.
Dude, I didn't want to
think
see
Saudi's
him
a
like
competitive
that.
league?
Huh?
You think Saudi's a competitive league?
No, that's what I'm saying. That's why I didn't want him to sign there.
I mean, like, bro, like, just because we don't know it doesn't mean it's not competitive. There's just like,
I mean,
what I'm saying.
I guess. I
wish he at least played like in Portugal.
Dude, they lost in the Saudi
PSG game?
No, Saudi. His team, dude. There was like the Saudi cup. It's some cup. He lost in the semifinals with that nigga.
Nah, bro. Nah, he didn't. It's not his fault, bro. His team is probably like OC trash, bro.
Bro, he's dead. Like, I'm not even saying that as a hater. Like, he really is finished. He just needs to retire. Like, genuinely, if he doesn't retire this summer, he's tripping. Like, seriously.
Damn.
Just gotta hang it up, bro.
You think you need
and
to
like,
hang it up?
bro, he's suffered a lot outside of football. Like, his personal life with his family, his kid passing away. It's just like, you know, take time to yourself, dog. Like, you know, it comes a time where it's time to hang it up.
Bro, I feel like people like him are just like crazy. Like, no, like not in a bad way. Just like their drive for like
that's
to
what
win is like
thing.
they can't sleep. They can't sleep when they're not doing
He
that.
wants it so badly. And you know, a lot of times with Ronaldo, you'll see like when he was at United, when he was going through slumps, he'll be selfish and like instead of laying it off for Rashford, he'll try to make something happen with himself.
Yeah, I've never liked that. Ronaldo
And,
would make
you
the
know,
worst opportunities even if he had a nice pass.
It's not just him. A lot of players do this when they're frustrated in a bad slump. They try to do something crazy to get back, thinking like, "Oh, I'm gonna bang this and I'm back," and then it just looks like a disaster. And you've seen that time and time again with him. This last season he was there, and I just think it's time to hang it up.
Honestly, like to be honest, I would like to see him play one more World Cup, but I do see. Because I feel like he was cheated out that Morocco game. I feel like he got put in that very late. I think put it like this: if
he played at halftime.
No, he didn't. He got put in the 60th minute. What are you talking about? It's the 60th minute.
Wait, in the Morocco game?
Yes.
First off, that's still a half hour. Second off,
Morocco had already scored by that time. He was trying to catch up.
No shit. Why do you think they brought them in to score a goal?
Bro, he should have played at the beginning. Why did you not start your best player in the beginning
Hell
of the
no.
match? At the beginning of the quarterfinals match.
Nah, listen to this. Because did I turn my mic off? I just did.
You did turn
I did. But you gotta be raging, bro. Because no, hell no. Because if it goes to penalties, you want Ronaldo out there, and there's no way in this world Ronaldo at age 37. Happy birthday! Today's his birthday. 39 now.
Yeah.
Or 38. You're gonna have him play 120 minutes. Absolutely no way. Absolutely no way.
Okay, so if you were
That's why you bring your man at the end to finish the game, to ice the game.
They sacked their coach at the end of the game. So look what ended up happening. It wasn't even a good decision. Like the higher ups did not agree with that decision. At the end of the day, that's why he got sacked, and they replaced him.
They got sacked because they didn't make it far. It's not because Ronaldo didn't start or anything.
No, I'm not saying he didn't.
They were better off with him on the bench.
You think so?
One time, I said it on the podcast, and he benched him the next day.
Who is this guy? Dude. But anyways, guys, it was a good podcast, guys.
Hold up.
He accepted it. Bro, look what minute he played. This guy's on FanDuel right now.
Ronaldo came out the 51st minute.
51st minute?
Exactly. He still played 39 plus additional time minutes, bro.
I just think he could have, if he had played at the beginning of the game, they could have capitalized. They could have won in 90. In my opinion.
They could have won in 73 minutes of possession. What do you mean? He's never scored a knockout stage goal in his career in the World Cup. He scored one goal the whole tournament.
Pause.
No, what are you saying right now?
I'm saying Ronaldo.
I'm gonna walk off this podcast right now.
Pause. Okay, hold on. Ronaldo has never had a genuine talented squad playing in the World Cup. Maybe in 2006.
For sure.
Ronaldo has.
Continue.
Portugal is a mid-level European team internationally,
continue.
right?
What's your point?
So what I'm trying to say is, you can't expect one player, doesn't matter how good they are, to change an international side.
Because I'm saying to do that.
But you're justifying. You're saying that he hasn't scored in the knockout stage. He's
never been there before.
He has. What are you talking about?
He's not. He's been to the knockout stage, but he's never done anything. I'm saying the thing is with Ronaldo. It's just, bro, he's not good now. Like, why would you want him to start that game? If you're telling me you think
Ronaldo's still the best player on that Portugal squad.
No.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Bro, you need to stop.
What?
You need to stop.
Am I talking crazy?
The best player on the team right now.
I'm saying in that World Cup.
In 2022.
I agree.
He's gone, bro. He's going to
He's going to I wish you had a camera take on him. In my opinion, I generally don't think Ronaldo's washed. I think he has. Bro, come back and sit down, bro. It's a valid take, bro. I think Ronaldo's. Pause. Ronaldo still netted 20 goals for Manchester United last season. Like, you guys are acting like this guy hasn't been.
You have work in 28 minutes. Stop wasting your time.
I'm not wasting my time. I'm taking a valid point. Give your argument on why.
Bro, watch the games. What has he done this year?
I'm saying for the national team.
You just said he's the best player in that Portugal team.
You don't think so? No. Who do you think is the best player on that side?
Anybody else?
Ronaldo is better. Bruno is better. Cancelo is better. Ruben Diaz is better. Jota is better. Like, everyone is better than him right now, bro.
To justify your case, I think personally Ronaldo's been with that team for so long. He knows their system. He knows like how to play with them. Ronaldo,
he didn't show it. Hey, he did not play.
You think his performance in the World Cup is the reason he got benched? It wasn't a.
Why else would he get benched?
He still had a decent game. The first game against Ghana, he was balling. Yeah, you're but. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Pause. Am I wrong?
Mickey Mouse goal.
Dude, that Mickey.
Don't even touch it, bro. Don't count that, bro.
Okay, and then the Uruguay game mid, and then after that he was just like.
He was mid, so he got benched.
Match ratings from the World Cup, bro. These were abysmal, bro. I remember seeing this on Twitter.
That's crazy.
You don't think the Ghana game he played well? I just want to ask that question.
That's the header, right?
Yeah. No, that's not the header. He scored a penalty that game. Yeah. But he still scored. No. That game was against I believe South Korea.
Dude, so actually, I remember. This is not what I'm looking at, but I remember seeing this on Twitter. There's. Correct me if I'm wrong. 24 teams in the World Cup, okay? Is it 24 or 32? 32? Alright, 32 teams in the World Cup. They ranked the starting striker on each team.
No, I saw he got a 6.8. Yeah,
By the group stage only, meaning like each of their match day ratings and took an average of them. The only striker ranked worse than him was Romelu Lukaku. He was ranked third. That means, bro, Team Weah from the United States played better than Ronaldo. Like, that's what they're telling you. But that's what the stats were showing. I'm not agreeing with it. I'm not saying he's better, bro.
I'm not listening to like an ESPN analyst who watches football once every 4 years. Like,
Hey, Samson, come on, bro.
Ronaldo's rating 5.11 from today's was the 5th worst of any outfield player at Qatar 2022. The other 4 were defenders for Costa Rica twice, Wales, and Ghana. I don't know which game this was, but I think it was against Korea.
Korea did not play.
Was that the game he like cried saying his goal? That was his goal or something.
Yeah, that was the one because they ended up losing to South Korea 2-1. It was supposed to be
abysmal. It's tragic. It's horrible. And for you to say he's the best player in that Portugal team, that was the 26th man on that team, is sickening.
To make my point very clear, I still think Ronaldo has like juice in
He averaged a 6.37 among those 3 games. Like, do you know how bad that is? You get a 6.0 for just like the second the ball kicks off, you get a 6.0.
For my case, I think Ronaldo can still compete in Europe. I don't think that's a far-fetched like take.
You know,
I think he can still compete in Europe.
Here's my thing. Right?
I think put it like this, right? If you want to talk about old footballers, right? I'm put these two like they're around the same age group, like Zlatan or like Ronaldo, right? Still think Ronaldo's better than Zlatan.
Right now?
Yeah.
Hell no. Zlatan's still getting it done with Milan, and he's playing in the Champions League for a reason. He's starting every single game.
But he's injured though right now, no?
He is injured right now, but he's still getting it done, and he's playing with Giroud. Like, it's not like the striker next to him is like a bum or something. Like, he's getting his with Giroud, and he's not even Ronaldo. That man is 42.
He's 40. I thought he was 40 years old. He's 42.
He's 42. He's old, bro.
He's old as hell, bro.
He was. You know, he was still playing on the Swedish squad for the World Cup qualifier.
Nah, I thought he retired.
No,
he came back for like qualifiers.
Yeah, qualifiers.
He must have came in for the trolls, bro.
But to rest my case, I think Ronaldo could play in Europe easily.
Let me just say this.
That's
okay?
a fact.
All right. There's 20 teams in the Prem. All right. 20 teams in La Liga. 40. All right, 18 in the Bundesliga. Hold on, 58. All right, another 20 in the Serie A. All right, that's 78. And I don't know about the French league, but I'm gonna just say 20. Right? That's 98. 98 other owners disagree with you. You think you know more than them niggas?
Listen, bro, first of all, okay, I want to rest my case right now. I think the only thing that pushes Ronaldo away from a lot of these clubs is his ego and his unwillingness to take a step back in his role on a club.
You're not wrong.
I think Ronaldo, if he was very humble enough to understand his place at a club, he could still do very well.
Very well is crazy.
He had 20 goals last season, bro. Like, you guys are forgetting. Like,
he was the top scorer in United. He finished top 5 in the Golden Boot in England.
And then you go to this season, he's already having problems in his personal life, and he's also dealing with problems with management United. It doesn't make things better for him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you saw,
dude. You seen he left, and now United is on fire.
Because that's exactly what I'm trying to say. He wasn't able to like understand his role in that club. He wouldn't allow Rashford.
No one wants him. He's toxic.
There you go. That's my. I agree to that.
But he's still not good right now. Yeah. He's horrible.
Damn.
6.37. 6.37.
He's not helping his case when he's on the pitch. That's the thing.
Exactly.
So okay.
Teams like that ass better off with him on the bench.
Damn. So you don't even think, okay, put like this. You don't think any European situation he could fit in. You don't think any European situation. Be honest.
I don't. In United, all they wanted him to do was just finish the chances they create. They're not asking him to go get the ball from the halfway field, dribble through 7. They're asking him to finish the chances, and he can't even do it that. All his goals are pens. Like that.
It's a messy pen, bro.
He's a great pen taker, and that's actually a skill. I'm not the type to sit here and be like, Ronaldo. Yeah. I'm not one of them. Like, it's actually a skill. Like, you see a lot of players like struggle with pens. Like, dude, you saw Mbappe the other day, missed a pen, got a second chance, missed that, and then he missed a follow-up. Like, you know, it's not easy. But, like, dog, that's all he's good for. Seriously. Like, genuinely, that's all he's good for at this point in his career.
He's just finished, bro.
You know what's crazy? I'm gonna start watching more Saudi games, like highlights. That's like
that's what it is. That's marketing. That's why they paid all that money. Bro, they had 800,000 followers on Instagram. Now they have 15 million.
Yeah, I heard they didn't even have a million before.
Yeah, it's marketing. This is what they wanted. They don't care if they win the Saudi League. They brought all the money, dude. Oil FC, bro.
Bro, that's half of Europe too. Like you can't even lie, bro.
Oil FC?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Arabs are taking over. What's wrong with that?
It's how they survived for 10 years. But anyways, it was a good podcast, guys. We're gonna do a part 2 on this for sure. I'm gonna watch some more Ronaldo. He did at the end. Definitely be captioned below. But thank you guys for watching. Let's Talk Footy out.